If you wanted to generate like buy mailing lists, we are the only company that I know of that actually allows you to combine all of the lists. So if I just work through this workflow, here's your API key, we give you a job GUID, just like if you were to upload a list. So now I'm actually going to create a mailing list. I can say, okay, give me a count for all John Smiths in Texas. It goes out and gives me a count on all John, there's 106 of them. I can say, okay, give me John Smiths in Texas and in California. There's 225 of them. Then I can say, okay, and these are new movers. I can include new movers, new homeowners, new businesses, and consumers all in one search. I don't know of any company that does all databases, all in one search, all in one list. So you don't have to buy a new movers list and then go buy a consumer list, or buy a business list and buy a new business, new consumer, and all that stuff. You can do everything in one call. You just create the JSON. So there's 225. So now I can say, okay, I want to get a count. So I go here to get count, and new mover, this one's Smith, and I'll just hit this. This gives me the total unique zip codes, which is important because my next call is going to be 47. Good. My next call is going to be generate quote. So without ever generating a quote with true, without ever downloading or buying the list, it's telling me how much my postage is going to cost. So I've never bought the list, never downloaded the records. We, as far as I know, there's no other company in the United States that does this, that gives you a quote on a mailing list that you never bought or downloaded. So our own special logic knows what you've selected. It knows all of it. So it says there's a total of 49 records. Here's what your estimated postage will be if you mail it as a standard mail letter. Here's your estimated postage if you do it as a first class card, and so forth. Then I could say, okay, I like what I see. I want to go ahead and download Richard Smith, download it. So now it's actually, at this point, you would have to pay for the list. And there's no minimum. You can buy one record, or you can buy millions of records. It's completely done now. Now I say, okay, update quote, which means it tells it how I want to pre-sort it. Done. Then I go to the next step and say, okay, CAS certify it, NCOA it. That's done. Then I say, okay, let's check the status of it. So right now it's CAS certifying. See that? Now it's running it through NCOALink. So I just bought a mailing list, got a quote before I downloaded it, said I liked the quote, I downloaded it. Now I'm actually running it through a direct mail process. It's actually generating our postal documentation now. Give it a second here. Poll it again, still generating postal documentation. So you can poll it about like every 5 seconds if you wanted to. Now it's finalizing. And now it's finished. So now my last step would be to download it. So I want to download the preview. There you go. So now I have a full mailing list with all of the fields. There's my mailing list. So now if you would have said, okay, I want business, I want new businesses, and then what we do is we put the name of the list, so you could buy business, new homeowner, new mover, or in consumers, all in one shot. So we would provide the list all in one shot, always with this header. So regardless of what list you buy, this is a business list, we're still getting whether they're married, age, income, all this, it's blank, but it would be populated down here, let's say if this was a consumer list, down here at the same time. So we give you the latitude, the longitude, we give you all the values, even though I didn't search for it, it's giving me the business type, it's giving me the sales volume, it's giving me the number of employees, their credit rating, when they were established, their website address. Even though I didn't ask for it, this is our standard output. This shows you what the standard output is. Every single database contains these fields, all these fields, all the way down to here. Women owned, all that stuff. So this matrix shows you that if you buy a business list, you're going to get these values. If you buy a new business list, you're going to get these values, but you will not get the gender or the title. The cool thing is I could download, I could create a JSON structure that bought a mailing list that contained all of these. Business, consumer, new mover, new homeowner, and then download it in one shot. And then I'd have one output that contained all of the values in whatever was in the respective field. That is really cool, by the way. That's some heavy lifting on our side.